Hey everybody, Sean Bukowski here. Hope you're all having a great week I guess we're crashing into Halloween already. Thanksgiving right around the corner. Flies by, I know. This week, talking about something that has come up recently in one of our the matters we've worked on here, and it's really important, and it's especially important to real estate folks, which obviously many of us are, because in real estate, generally, as you know, you set up a single purpose entity for each deal you do, and so there's a lot of different entities that you got to keep track of if you have a number of investments, and that's what I wanted to sort of talk about today is making sure you keep those entities in good standing. So when you sign an entity in Texas, there's two things you have to do basically. You have to file a certificate of formation, as I'm sure you know, and then annually you have to file the periodic information report and the tax report. Both of these are fairly straightforward, simple reports, but they make sure that there's information out there about the entity, and they make sure that you're paying your franchise tax if due. If you don't file either of those, you can be out of good standing. So you can be basically have your charter suspended by the state if you don't file those. And that's really important because at that point, your entity loses the protection that it was signed up to provide in the first place. So the reason you have an entity in real estate or in lots of businesses is to provide liability protection for the principals in that entity. And if you let the entity fall out of good standing, it will get suspended. And basically what that means is you can't sign agreements under the entity's name. If you do, you can either the other side can say it's a void agreement, or they can potentially sue you for fraud. You can't sue on behalf of the entity because the entity has no legal standing in the state at the time. There's just a lot of things you can't do on behalf of that entity. And then, like I said, the most important piece is that it doesn't provide you the liability protection, which is the sole purpose of the entity itself. So it's super important to make sure that every year you're filing those reports and making sure your entities are in good standing. Now, having said that and scared you a little bit, what happens if you do fall out of good standing? Don't panic. It's not that huge a deal. There's ways that you can file to get basically, you have to get a letter of good standing from the comptroller, but you can do that. It's not super difficult. It's not a process that takes a long time. It will only take a week or so, and it's something we do for our clients a lot here at Bukowski Law Firm. Happy to help you out, but make sure you're keeping that entity in good standing because that's the whole way that it's going to provide the protection that you deserve and you need it for. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a great week, and please sign up for our podcast, our YouTube channel, and our blog. Thanks.